The penny stock Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are fighting for just bought more, 100% growth potential. Elon Musk is a CEO and founder of multiple companies like SpaceX, Tesla, The Boring Company, Neuralink, among others, while Jeff Bezos is the CEO of Amazon. They are the industry tycoons, and everything they do it for a reason, and if they decide to buy stocks of Tellurium Inc, then there is a reason, and that is exactly what most people like to hear. But we are not most people, and we cannot afford to make any mistakes. So we will discuss everything to understand how big of a deal this penny stock really is and how it can bring 1000% growth potential. Personally, I've bought 2,800 shares of the same stock, and as of now, it is trading at $3.59. For a better perspective, let's take a look at how it fared over a period of 30 days. Yesterday, it was at $3.25, and just about a month ago, it was at a mere $1.22. Now that is quite the growth, and no wonder industry tycoons like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos bought such a large share of such stock. Now, why are the stocks of this company valued so much? What is so special about this company? Well, let's start with what kind of company Tellurium Inc. really is. Tellurium Inc. is a natural gas company, and its mission is to provide natural gas to its clientele all over the world, and the cost of which is as low as it can be, as the company plans to undercut the competition completely. They design and manufacture liquefy natural gas, which they then plan to sell to their list of international clientele. They already have a manufacturing plant in Louisiana, United States, and also plan to build more plants as the number of clientele keeps increasing every day. Now you might think, why LNG? LNG is clearly not the best greenhouse gases, and while that is true, it is still better than 99% of all other greenhouse gases. Not to mention, it is also very easy to manufacture, and the overall cost of manufacturing is very low, and so the margin of profit is quite high. Ever since the Biden administration admitted that climate change is the #1 issue facing humanity right now, the need for LNG is now more than ever. Due to the huge demand for supercooled fuel, which is only possible from LNG, the company has taken up a project to begin construction of its LNG export project in Louisiana with a budget proposal of $16.8 billion. This single plant alone will be able to produce over 16.5 million tons annually, and for a better perspective, half of it, if used, can power 5 million homes each day, and that is the true demand of LNG and why it can be a boon for the world. Right now, it is getting subsidies from the government mainly because they are a clean alternative to everything that's available out there. They can produce a ton of such gases in record time because the market is huge and there is a demand for it. The project is ready to go, and they plan to start the project in the second half of June this year. In fact, they have secured all the permits and are actually ready to go. If you pay close attention to the stats, you will see that some of the largest clientele are from China, India, and JKT imports. These countries have the highest population, and so they are the ones who need to buy more quantities of LNG, and that is why the company plans to develop more plants to meet the expectations of those who desperately need it. Since they are one of the very few companies to manufacture LNG, it means that they can set their prices and thus make an unprecedented amount of price for it. This happens when the demand is significantly higher than what they or anyone can really provide, and that has created market inflation. So, expecting the prices to go anytime soon is foolish, and the company will make a ton of extra revenue from this. The need for a cleaner and greener source of fuel is extremely important, and now that Europe is also joining in, the prices are expected to rise even further. In 2019, their revenue was over $29 million, and it could be potentially 10 times more than that in this year or the next year, since more and more countries are realizing the benefits of LNG. Tellurium Inc. is one of the very few companies that can actually produce such an exorbitant amount of LNG at such a price that undercuts the competition. Now, don't get me wrong, it is cheaper compared to others, but due to the inflated market, the prices are a lot higher than usual, and that's a good thing for the company. If they continue to deliver the amount they promise they can, they will dominate the market in ways that are simply unprecedented in the history of cold storage fuels. Analysts predict a 9% overall growth in the company revenue over a year-on-year (YOY) basis. Now, this 9% is with the current list of clientele, and if more countries join in, which they obviously will, this number will be significantly higher than that. India and other client success with it will come out, and sooner or later, and when it does, other countries are bound to join Tellurium Inc. Biden's administration clearly has influence over the rest of the world, and considering it is a green-friendly option, it's not hard to see more and more countries joining in real soon, and it is bound to create quite a bit of spike in the stock market. What's soaring at $3.59 could jump all the way up to $10 to $15 in the next 4 to 8 months, and that's the reason why I've bought 2,800 shares of it. Now, I know many would say that I shouldn't gamble with my money this way, but it's not gambling if I already know I'm winning big. As you can see, the data really says it all, and you know what they say, fortune favors the bold. If you are looking for a stock to buy but aren't sure if it's worth your money, then look no further. As you can see, this is one of the safest stocks out there, and the data says there is no way that you will lose out money from buying the stock. The only way you will ever lose money if the value drops instead of rising, which is impossible considering the project is about to begin and the number of countries already in and still joining. While it is indeed clear why the company is so important, what makes it so special that people like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are investing in it? Well, for those unaware, Elon Musk's SpaceX uses LNG as a fuel source for their rockets. The same goes for Jeff Bezos, who also uses LNG as the fuel source for his Blue Origin Space Division rockets. So it's not hard to see why they are that much interested in what happens with Tellurium Inc. This is the reason why they have invested so much in the company, and that is to ensure they get the first share of stock of fuel as soon as it gets manufactured. You see, with the backing of industry tycoons like them, the company's stock is at no risk and a perfect opportunity for someone who just got started in the stock market and wants to be safe with his or her finances. So, this is the best stock you can buy that can actually earn you big while also being safe. Now, you might be wondering if any other stocks are safe just like this one, and while there are a few, but finding such stocks are not easy. Our team, on the other hand, is heavily invested in the stock market, and they are the best when it comes to the stock market, and that's why if you are looking for more options in the stock market, follow our website regularly and jump on it as soon as we update information on new stocks.